Hello and welcome to our channel. In this video we will be discussing the teachings of God to live a meaningful and happy life. The Bhagavad Gita is a 700-verse Hindu scripture that is part of the ancient Indian epic, the Mahabharata. It is considered one of the most important religious texts in Hinduism, and is often referred to as the Gita. The text is a conversation between the god Krishna and the warrior prince Arjuna on the battlefield of the Kurukshetra. The discourse covers a wide range of topics, including the nature of the self, the purpose of existence, and the path to enlightenment. The Bhagavad Gita is considered to be a guide to living a meaningful and fulfilling life, and its teachings have had a profound influence on Hindu thought and practice. It is also widely read and studied by people of other religions. The setting of the Gita is on a battlefield called Kurukshetra, located in present-day Haryana, India. The battle is between the Pandavas, the 5 brothers who are the rightful heirs to the kingdom, and the Kauravas, their cousins who have taken over the kingdom through deceit. The main character, Arjuna, is a prince and warrior on the side of the Pandavas, and is struggling with the moral dilemma of fighting and potentially killing his own family members. The god Krishna, who is Arjuna's charioteer, counsels him on the nature of duty, action, and self-realization. As Arjuna, who is a warrior and prince, is about to fight the battle, he is overcome with doubt and reluctance about fighting his own family members. He turns to Krishna for guidance, and in the Gita, Krishna imparts to Arjuna the knowledge and wisdom of the ultimate reality and the path to self-realization. The Gita teaches about the importance of duty, action, and non-attachment, and the nature of the self, the universe, and God. Teachings of Gita. First, in Hinduism and Buddhism, the concept of karma refers to the belief that one's actions have consequences in this life and in future lives. Karma is the law of cause and effect, and it governs the moral and ethical dimension of life. The idea is that every action we take, whether good or bad, will have a corresponding reaction or consequence. Positive actions will lead to positive consequences, while negative actions will lead to negative consequences. The consequences of our actions are not always immediate. They may come back to us in this life or in future lives. Second, duty or dharma is a central concept in Hinduism. It refers to the moral and ethical principles that govern a person's behavior and guide them on how to live a fulfilling life. The goal is to live a life in harmony with the universal order, fulfilling one's responsibilities and obligations to oneself, society, and the divine. Third, in Hinduism, the concept of the self, or Atman, is that it is a reflection of the ultimate reality, or Brahman. The ultimate goal of life is to realize the oneness of the individual self with the ultimate reality, which is considered to be the ultimate spiritual goal and the path to enlightenment. The Bhagavad Gita teaches that the self is not limited to the physical body but it is eternal, unchanging and infinite. The self is not affected by the changes of the body, mind, or emotions. Realizing the true nature of the self is to understand that the self is not the ego, but it is the eternal and unchanging consciousness that pervades the entire universe. The path to enlightenment is not easy. It requires self-discipline, devotion, and wisdom. The Gita teaches that the path to enlightenment involves the practice of yoga, which includes the practices of meditation, self-control, and devotion to God. The ultimate goal of yoga is to still the mind, and to see the ultimate reality in everything. By achieving this, one will be liberated from the cycle of reincarnation and reach the ultimate spiritual goal. The Gita teaches that the ultimate reality can be reached through the path of devotion, action, and knowledge. It is believed that by understanding and following these paths one can attain self-realization, leading to liberation and ultimate enlightenment. Fourth, in the Bhagavad Gita, devotion and love for God, or bhakti, is an important aspect of attaining self-realization and ultimate spiritual liberation. The Gita teaches that devotion to God is the easiest and most direct path to attain self-realization. Devotion to God is not limited to formal worship or prayer, but it is an attitude of the heart, a surrender of one's ego, and a willingness to serve God. The Gita emphasizes the importance of having a personal relationship with God, and that devotion should be based on love, rather than fear or a desire for rewards. Krishna, the god who is Arjuna's guide in the Gita, is considered an incarnation of God and is depicted as the ultimate object of devotion. The Gita teaches that by surrendering oneself to God, one can achieve liberation from the cycle of reincarnation and attain the ultimate spiritual goal. The Bhagavad Gita has had a significant influence on Hindu philosophy and spirituality. It is considered one of the most important texts in Hinduism and is widely studied and revered by Hindus. In terms of spirituality, the Gita teaches that devotion to God is the easiest and most direct path to self-realization, and it emphasizes the importance of having a personal relationship with God. This has led to the development of devotional movements and bhakti traditions within Hinduism, which stress the importance of love, devotion and surrender to God as the means to attain self-realization. The Gita's influence has not been limited to India. It has been translated into many languages and has been studied and revered by people around the world. It is considered a classic of world literature, and its teachings on the nature of reality, duty, and self-realization have been interpreted in many different ways, making it a text that continues to be relevant and meaningful to people of many different cultures and backgrounds. I highly encourage you to explore and study the Bhagavad Gita for themselves. Whether you are a student of philosophy, religion, or simply someone who is seeking guidance and wisdom, the Gita has much to offer. It is a text that can be read and interpreted on many different levels, and its teachings can be applied to one's daily life. Reading and studying the Gita can be a powerful and transformative experience, one that can help you to gain a deeper understanding of yourself, the world around you, and your place in it. If you are new to the Gita, you may want to consider reading a translation or commentary by a respected scholar, as the original text is in Sanskrit and it might be hard to understand for a beginner. Remember that the Bhagavad Gita is not a religious text but rather a spiritual guide that can be read by anyone regardless of their religious beliefs. In conclusion, I strongly encourage you to read and study the Bhagavad Gita. It is a text that can bring you a deeper understanding of the nature of reality, the self, and the path to spiritual liberation. It is a text that can change your life and help you to find meaning and purpose in your life, by reading it with an open mind and a willing heart. Thank you for watching our video on the Bhagavad Gita. Do like, subscribe and stay tuned for next amazing topic, fact about Hinduism.